Hi guys, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about something that everyone always asks me about, and I haven't really talked about much because there's honestly not much to talk about. But then I realized it is something that maybe a lot of people don't really think about, and that is lash care and lash maintenance. Okay, I do this because it's just like kind of second nature to me. And I don't know, I was blessed. I'm not going to tell you that my lashes come from my lash care routine. I was blessed genetically with nice lashes, but there are a few things and habits I do to keep them that way, and when I don't do these things, they kind of diminish a little bit. So my first tip for lashes would be not a lash serum, not any of these things to like add on to your lashes to make them better, but to actually remove your mascara properly, because right now I'm wearing a little bit of mascara, and if I were to, let me actually just show you. Now, if I were to remove my mascara the traditional way, which is like with a makeup remover, I think this is micellar water, so it wouldn't work as good, I don't think, but this is just an example. Usually people take like a wipe or a cotton pad and they just gently wipe away the mascara, which is all right. It's not the worst thing. But first of all, using a cotton pad in itself is just like, it's not as good as your fingers. Your fingers are going to be a lot more gentle than any type of like external thing could be. And this is really, I'm like kind of like cringing doing this right now because I hate rubbing this on my lashes even though it's like a cotton pad. And okay, what I used to do is do this with makeup remover. I never really used wipes, but I used to do this a lot with a makeup remover. Just really gently, even sometimes roughly, take my mascara off. And then one day I saw a video saying, you're probably not taking your mascara off very well. You know, you should go back in after you've been done removing your mascara with a Q-tip, okay? And see how much is left and get all that remnants with a Q-tip. And so one day I did it and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much mascara left. I've not been taking my mascara off properly, and now I need to start going back in with a Q-tip, okay? Obviously, this is micellar water and not makeup remover, but it wasn't too far off, to be honest. The point was I was using makeup remover and it wasn't taking my mascara off, and I'm pretty sure like it would take me a few Q-tips to actually get everything off, and I don't even know if that was everything. But okay, it's so simple. Get yourself a cleansing balm. It doesn't matter how waterproof your mascara is. It doesn't matter how long lasting or whatever thick it is. A good cleansing balm will get your mascara off so much quicker with less of a struggle, more effectively, and with no lash damage. Of course, sometimes lashes fall out. That's okay. But, you know, it's like the natural thing that hairs do on your face and everywhere else. I like to take a cleansing balm. If it's good enough, it'll get off any mascara. This is the one from, I've been using it for years and years and years. The Hamish All Clean Balm. And I get mine on Yes Style. I have a code for you guys actually. It's just SARS Super Spa. And yeah, you get 10% off if you spend over $49. Okay, now I barely had to use any, but just watch how my mascara and my eyebrows and concealer as well just melt off. And I'm just being really gentle. You literally barely need any pressure at all. It feels so much more gentle than I could even imagine with a cotton pad. It's just too much friction and movement that you need to do to get the mascara off. And even if you do the most minimal amount, there is still like too much, you know? Now look, it's so good. It looks like I'm pressing a lot harder than I am, but I'm being very, very gentle. And that's basically the mascara off of my lashes. And now what I like to do is just add a little bit of water and it becomes like a more milky consistency, and then I wash that all off with water and then normal cleanser and I'm done. Okay, one thing I will say about the Hamish cleansing balm, now that everything's off, bare face, okay? It can be a little bit irritating for sensitive eyes like mine. Sometimes if I haven't used it in a while, it'll irritate them quite a bit until they get used to it again. Not really, like they're a little bit irritated right now. It's not like anything drastic, but if you have sensitive eyes, I'm trying a couple new ones actually from Yes Style, so I'll let you know how they go, and hopefully they're a little bit easier on sensitive eyes. The Korean Asian cleansing balms are not at a crazy price point, and they actually work very, very well. I've tried a few Western ones, and they're not even the same product basically. I've heard like some really expensive ones like Elemis are really good, but personally I would much rather choose something at a lower price point that performs a similar way. So definitely check out Yes Style if you want to see some nice cleansing balms. This is not sponsored by Yes Style, by the way. Anyway, I have a few little intruders right here because I switched to CeraVe for a little while, which I regret, but I didn't really have a choice. Next thing I personally like to do for my lashes is use castor oil. Now, I've heard many different things about this. I've heard that rosemary oil has actually like good research for hair growth. I've heard castor oil works for a lot of people. I've heard bad things about castor oil and their effect on the eyelid area. I have been using it for a couple of years and I haven't had any problems with it. That's not to say that no one else does, but I'm just going to tell you my experience. Also, if you were to use rosemary oil, definitely dilute it. Be very careful. Do your research before doing anything, especially in your eye area, please. I think that a lot of issues people have with castor oil may come from overuse, like too much castor oil on the lashes. Maybe they like clog up the pores near the eyes. I'm not sure, like maybe like the lash line gets like messed up because it's too much oil. But I like to use one of these caps with like a really small hole, I guess, that really takes the liquid off when you pull the spoolie out. Make sure your spoolie is clean as well, because if you're putting it near your eyes and it's dirty, you're gonna get a sty, okay? It's expected. So yeah, I don't know any research specifically that backs up the use of castor oil. All I know is that when I stop using it, I'm always miserable. When I'm going like to someone else's house for like a couple of days, like if I'm staying at my sister's and I don't have my castor oil, I will be like, my lashes aren't looking good, I don't know what's up, and then I'll come back home and I'll use this and I'll be like, oh, my lashes are looking good, and every time I forget and every time it clicks again, I'm like, oh yeah, it's the castor oil. And that's just the truth, and that's happened no matter what location I'm in, no matter what habits I have. It's always, and the same thing with my eyebrows, they're just so much more full and healthy looking, and like they usually look sparse when I'm not using them, when I'm not using the castor oil. It just like boosts everything about the eyelashes and eyebrows for me in particular, and I've heard a lot of other people experience the same thing. So that's how I know it works for me, and why I would assume that it may work for other people. Just make sure you don't use too much, don't overdo it, and make sure everything you're using is clean. Next up, we have Vaseline. Okay, I use the Vaseline to kind of lock in the castor oil in case I'm tossing and turning in the night, which is not usually the case, but it just makes me feel a lot more secure that the castor oil is going to like stay where I've put it. So I use literally the tiniest amount, and this Vaseline, okay, this Vaseline is always clean. I will not dip into it if my hands are not clean. I use this for slugging as well when I really want to, but guys, I swear the reason like Vaseline doesn't work on people's like faces or eyes or whatever, it like breaks people out or like causes something bad, is probably because like they use this on their mouth, dip their finger back in, and then put it on their eyes or put it on their face and they'll break out. So don't do that. Make sure it's clean. This is how much I've used. Literally barely anything. And I'm rubbing that between 2 fingers, so it's splitting in half. It's just like a bit of balm on my fingers. And I just tap that in to my lashes. And sometimes before I do the castor oil, I'll even curl my lashes if I'm like at a sleepover or something and I just want to look a little extra cute. And it really, this like helps them stay up so much more. And I'll just go slightly over my eyebrows. I can barely feel it on there, but I know when I do this and when I wake up, I feel like it's still on my eyelashes and my eyebrows. So it's just something I like to do. Final tip is, it's strange maybe coming from me as a makeup person, but don't use mascara all the time. The more I use mascara, especially if it's waterproof, long lasting, super heavy, the more my lashes suffer. And that's just how it is. Mascara is not going to be good for your lashes, and that's okay. You can still wear it. Just know that like you have to reach that balance you're comfortable with of wearing mascara and having healthy lashes. And it's not like a lot of mascara equals bad lashes. There's a balance, and it's going to be different for everyone. But yeah, I definitely don't wear mascara every day. Maybe like 2 times a week is probably how much I wear it. Can be less, can be more, but the more you wear it, at least the more I wear it, the more my lashes suffer. It's not like a drastic amount at all, but it's something to keep in mind and something that's pretty obvious. But I think sometimes the things that go without saying need to be said. That's all I have for you guys today. These are my lashes right now. Ignore my skin. It'll be back to normal pretty soon. But yeah, if you do want to use a lash serum, please don't use one with prostaglandin in it. Prostaglandin actually removes the fat of your eyelids, which is a horrible thing. It ages your eyes so much, and it's irreversible. So please make sure you don't use a lash serum with prostaglandin, okay? Look into that. Trust me on that, okay? Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if my no makeup face is a little bit alarming. This time, I feel like I look a little bit dead because I've been super sick for like a week and a half. But that's okay. You guys are here for the content, not for me to look cute. But thank you for watching.